Hi Legends, I often get the question from many community members, Dewald, what do you and Andy share inside of the Legends Pro community? On a daily basis, myself and Andy share daily technical analysis in terms of the next trading setups and the momentum that we could potentially expect from Bitcoin. So in this video, I would like to share with you what I typically share with our Legends Pro community on a daily basis, if not more than once a day. Remember, disclaimer, these trading setups that we provide on a daily basis do not necessarily always play out. The pro members inside of the Legends Pro community, they know good risk management because that's something that we heavily hammer on a day-to-day basis in terms of how do we get in, and if we do get stopped out, how little capital do we lose. And remember Legends, down in the description of this video, I've got weeks with that insane 50% discount on your fees. Go and take advantage of the special offer. It's not going to last forever. So without further ado, here's the update that I shared this morning with our Legends Pro community. Right, Legends, good morning. Let's do some technical analysis here on the price of Bitcoin. So one thing just want to point out here on CVD, as price is grinding here to the upside between this pivot and this pivot, as price is falling ever so slightly, I do see some bullish CVD building up. So it looks like this little choppiness, whatever price action this is, looks like it wants to still grind here to the upside. So based on the local bullish CVD that is still forming with a grind here to the upside, as per the screenshot that I've just posted, is the bulls need to really start stepping in now. Okay, you can see how short this impulse was here to the upside and how long this corrective structure is becoming. So it's already here between the 2 and the 3 fib extension. So for the bulls, to gain control and for momentum to continue here to the upside, I mean, it needs to happen soon, right? It really needs to happen soon. I think if price is still going to chop up here, reject, fall back down, claim the low, it's becoming very long in time. And usually after my 3 extension, okay, especially if you hit the 4 extension, I don't look at this as a bullish structure anymore. It's something else, okay? It's maybe part of a larger corrective structure that's maybe correcting this impulse to the downside still. Okay, so for the bulls to take control, we really need to start gaining some upwards momentum, which brings me to the first trading scenario over here, okay? I was hoping for a little bit of a deeper retest. Okay, so let me just take all this noise here out the way. There we go. Right, let's take the time fib out of the way. So as you can see, D-line strategy is being broken out from. Okay, so this was the longing opportunity that I was waiting for. And I have taken a small little nibble at this trade with a stop below the low, small little nibble here, but I would like for price to actually come down and make a proper wave for continuation. But I mean, based on the bullish CVD, it can still chop very ever so slightly here. Maybe we do get that SFP from these highs over here. It then comes back down for a retest and then it continues. There is a chance that this could be the low in a WXY corrective structure, where you have a 3-wave in a W, you have a complex corrective structure in a X, and you have a 5-wave structure in a Y. Definitely there is a possibility for this low to be in, and we've also made, okay, from a simplicity perspective, we have made a double bottom, which is usually a bullish or a bearish sign, whether it's on the top or at the bottom. But for now, this looks like it could be the double bottom that gives us a little bit more upwards momentum. Cool. So Legends, this is the trading setup. I'm still looking for longs in this zone. And then, I mean, from a shorting perspective, taking a fib from the high to the lows that we've created over here and switching on the point of controls. Okay, I am still looking. Let me just zoom into the structure. There is still the chance that we could get an SFP from this naked point of control, which we did not tap. We ever so slightly front runned it and we SFP'd from this high. Okay, from this high over here. I was waiting for this level. I also had my alarm set over there, but when I saw the SFP from the high and it left that wick behind, I entered over there. I was a little bit late to the party, but I still entered with good risk management, my stop above the high, and as we were falling down here, I protected my position. And I actually got out quite early. I think as soon as we touched the VWAP, ever so slightly, a little bit below, this is where I closed my position. Okay, this is where I closed my position. I don't care whether it fell further to the downside. I was happy with the profits that I've made in the zone. It's still, from a risk to reward perspective, it was worth it for me. So 2 beautiful trades basically played out yesterday, Legends. We had the break of the trend. Beautiful. profit taking area for me was here by the highs, but I wanted to close my position over here. But when I saw the weakness, okay, I closed my long and I entered the short. So we had the long to the upside, we had the short to the downside, 2 successful trades in the bag. Right, now it's about the next trading setups. Okay, so like I've explained, I'm currently nibbling on a small little long over here. I literally just entered here with this little bit of a retest, especially when I saw the bullish CVD. It is a very far stop loss. Okay, so you need to you need to take it easy with the capital that you deploy. If you would like to be more conservative, you can also place your stop loss a little bit higher. You do increase the probabilities of being stopped out, because what does sometimes happens is price grinds up, it maybe rejects, okay, at this level, it comes back for a retest, and it could stop you out, and then it continues back to the upside. So if you place your stop loss where you're supposed to place your stop loss, it's just the way that you're supposed to apply the strategy. You won't get stopped out with the momentum back to the upside. Okay, so right, you just need to be more conservative with your capital, because legends, if this is, okay, you have to remember, if this is a impulse, a true impulse here to the upside in a 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5, and this is a WXY corrective structure, there's a high chance that you can come and claim the high, right? So from a risk to reward perspective, you don't have to be aggressive with your capital. So even if you play the breakout over here, you're targeting the highs, your stop is where it's supposed to be, the risk to reward still makes worth it. Just make sure that you still only lose 1%, or depending on how aggressive you are with your account, at least, maximum 2% of your capital over here. Right. So what I will do is, from a strategic perspective, so for argument's sake, if I deployed 1% of my capital over here, and the reason I'm playing this breakout is because it's not always guaranteed that you're going to come back for a retest. Sometimes what happens is you get a little bit of momentum down and then it shoots up, or it just breaks through and then it finds support over here and it continues. So it is in preparation for the potential front running that could happen. But what I can tell you guys now is that if price had to SFP, which is the shorting opportunity that I'm still watching, okay, so there's the short, and it does successful SFP from the highs, 50% Fibonacci, naked point of control, and it comes back for a retest, and there is some nice bullish CVD building up, I will add another 1% to the trade. So this is basically how I plan to play this setup over here, legends, is that I'm currently in on 1%, for example. I will add another percent, okay? 2% is my max that I'm willing to do on this trade. And then if I do get stopped out, I still only lose 10% of my capital. Right, so this is basically how I am anticipating. And I mean, to put it into perspective, the impulse and the corrective structure has a high chance of this being the low because it took so long to complete this corrective structure. And what gives me the clue is look at the high green volume to the upside and look at how volume is tapering down. Very choppy, very slow, very boring. So this is a clue that this is corrective. It's not impulsive back to the downside. This is impulsive because it went up very fast, very quickly, high volume kicked in over here, and now we've just been chopping sideways. So there's a high chance that we could get some upwards momentum here. Right, legends, that is basically just a quick update, right? This is the longing setup that I'm looking for. That is the shorting setup that I'm looking for. And this is a load up that I'm looking for, especially if there is bullish CVD. Okay, for continuation to the upside to go and claim the high. It's as simple as that, legends. It really is as simple as that. Can we get an SFP from this high over here in confluence with the 786? I mean, everything is a possibility. I just want to see if we do have daily levels there. Yes, we do have a daily level here, but I think, legends, if price is going to continue here to the upside, you could still get an SFP from the 786 together with a daily level. But you start, if you're going to claim this high, you're starting to change market structure. So what if you make a higher high, higher low, higher high? Okay, you reject higher low, higher high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave structure here to the upside, ultimately claiming the high. So there's longs to be played, and there's shorts to be played. And that's basically what I'm seeing here at the moment. Obviously, legends, to the downside, if the corrective structure decides to still continue here to the downside, it's basically exactly what I discussed yesterday. The same trading setups. You take a FIP from the low, to the high, okay? And we do have confluence here, 0.618 together with a naked point of control and basically an SFP from these lows, okay? And then a little bit further down, I do like the 786 together with this pivot over here and that little pivot. So this is still a longing zone for me. This is still a longing zone for me, but there's a high chance that the low could be in right over here. Okay, then also a couple of altcoins that I'm keeping an eye on is AVAX is nibbling here at the trend. Not sure if it's going to successfully break out, but it did close the body of a 1 hour candle above. So for now, it looks like, it could chop, 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 and get the momentum to the upside. Bitcoin obviously needs to play ball as well. AR, okay, here's the trend that I've got on the 1 hour time frame. It has not broken out just as yet. So have your trend, set your alarm, and then apply the D-line strategy. Okay. And then Zilliqa, I see it's already breaking out and it's closing high time frame candles above the trend over here. So perhaps, it consolidates, it chops, 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 and then it gets a little bit of a push here to the upside. Remember, these pivots to the left is always profit-taking areas, okay? Resistance, resistance, resistance. Why? Because you could successfully SFP from these tops where you grab the liquidity, and at any point you could fall back down. So this is why these areas are great profit-taking areas. Okay, so legends, that's basically the quick update here from my side, and until the next one, cheers for now.